There we are. I always have to look for the little camera. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to EWN Network. And today is our program is a meditation a day. I welcome you. I think these meditations are marvelous. I'm encouraging you all to come into more of them because they're really beautiful. And today we are just so blessed because we have Keira Lani here, and she is one of our favorite meditators. Keira is, well, she's just so talented in many things and modalities. She's been a spiritual searcher, I guess, for her whole life. Um, Most people think of her in Qigong because she is the tree Qigong, I can never say that right, master. She connects to the earth in such a beautiful way, and she helps us connect to the energies of the earth. And she really is a teacher in energies, in using your energies and being of use to the energy, using the energies for your use. And she's going to give us kind of an unusual meditation today, but it's one that's very timely because people are really interested in this right now. So it's going to be on, you know what? Where did I write it? I was doing this last night and I forgot to write down. Um, it has to do with living in a world of abundance, in a whole world of abundance, and you won't have to worry about anything. It'll just flow like a river into your life. And so I'm just very anxious to hear it. So I hope you all are too. And Keira, take it away because we're anxious to know how we can do that. Live in a life of abundance.
Yes, thank you so much, Jean. And I love the way that you translated my meditation when you couldn't find the writing. It was so perfect. I love it. Um, I'd love also, Jean, if you wouldn't mind staying on video with me and just muting yourself. That would be really lovely for me because then I feel like you're here with me. If you do have to get off video, that's okay too.
Well, I think that people want to see you, not me. So
No,
I think it's
they will see me if you mute yourself, but I'll still see you. Does that make
okay. I
sense?
will mute myself and I'll come back on. And I got to change
Yay.
the view.
Thank you.
And then, uh, okay. And I'll move.
Appreciate that, beauty. Yay. Just because I can't see all of you out there, Jean gets to be my representation that I get to focus on. So thank you for being that for me, dear Jean. And thank you all for joining us today. I am going to offer you today a meditation that I call When Money Flows Like Water. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about how the energies of money and water are similar and how they work together in Chinese medicine. It's a really beautiful practice that I've been doing to really bring in flow of abundance into my life so that I'm not in that stress and worry of money. Because when we get into stress and worry about our financial stability, it actually blocks the flow and it takes more and more struggle. And I have never once had the magical manifestations. I've had many magical manifestations happen in my life where one time I had $26,000 come in less than a month. And I've had other times where just really magical manifestations in the form of money showed up. Other magical manifestations and miracles show up all the time as well. Today, we're going to talk specifically about money miracles, but you can apply what we do here today to any type of manifestation. If you're manifesting perfect health or the perfect relationship into your life, then these tools will also work in those ways. But back to the energy of money and water and how they're similar. When water is the universal solvent, which means anything that you put into water dissolves. It may dissolve quickly or slowly, depending on what it is. It could take much longer than you're willing to wait for it to dissolve, or it could just dissolve right away, of course, like I said, depending on what it is. Um, and I think it's so interesting that we talk about financial stability as solvency. So there's one similarity, this solvency, the ability to morph with whatever the circumstances are, because money is just energy. It is a tool. When we think of manifesting money, we're not really manifesting money. We're manifesting whatever that money is going to bring into our lives, whether it's healthy food to eat, the freedom to travel, the ability to care for our loved ones, the ability to give to others freely from the overflow. Now, water flows through channels. If you think of a river with rocky walls along the sides and how fast that water flows through that channel when it's really solid. And then if there aren't any walls, then the water just spreads out and becomes like a marsh. The energy of money is similar. When we make clear channels for the money to flow through, it flows through more quickly than if we just kind of wait for it to come or get stagnant in our own lives. Then that money flow also becomes stagnant, which can be a very challenging situation to be in. I wonder if anyone here has ever felt stuck in that way, that nothing feels like it's flowing in your life. And this can also happen with our health, right? And so, one of the ways that we bring that flow in is to create clear, healthy boundaries in our lives. And so, this applies to our money relationship, just like it applies to our human relationships. When we have healthy boundaries that are clearly communicated, we have healthier relationships. And we have a relationship to money. Everyone has a relationship to money. And water is a carrier of not just medicine and nutrients, it is also the primary nutrient for our body. It makes up 70% of our body. And it also carries memory vibrations, it carries wisdom, it carries love. And similarly, money is a carrier. It is a medium of exchange. It can hold a vibration when we put a vibration of desire to do good in the world into our money. That's what money does. When we put a desire that is greed or wanting to have power over others, then money becomes evil. So many of us block the flow of money in our lives because we have been programmed with an idea that money itself is evil because we've seen others do evil with it. And so, really recognizing that money, like water, really is a blank slate for you to utilize in your life as a pure medium of exchange when you choose to come into right relationship with it. So that's kind of the background for this meditation today, to understand how these are similar. Oh, and I had one more piece I was going to share about the elements, because I do a lot of work with elements. I am working on a new course, which I call the Elemental Healer Certification, which will be launching sometime in August. And this this type of healing that I have developed is really pulling together the elemental theories from both Chinese medicine and Vedic philosophy. My background is in yoga from India and Qigong from China, as well as many other modalities, as Jean alluded to earlier. And so I work in a very unique way with the elements. And so in Chinese medicine, we're just going to take a little piece out of that right now and talk about the elements of water and metal. In Chinese five element theory, the element of metal is a very strong element that's connected to the lungs and large intestine. So it's actually about elimination, about clearing out toxins and opening space to receive. So the emotions associated with the element of metal are grief, loss, sadness, sometimes shame or guilt come in. And conversely, the element honors nostalgia, self honor, and honoring of ancestors. And so this is actually the element where money lives, in the element of metal. And the element of metal in Chinese medicine is said to generate the water element. You can think of this like when you go outside in the morning and there's a metal bowl sitting outside, condensation will naturally gather in that metal and you'll have water right there that you can drink. It's fresh water. If you put a clean metal bowl outside, you can drink some fresh water in the morning if there's any amount of moisture in the air. So that's how I think of metal generating water. And then the water element is connected to the kidneys and bladder, which is not surprising. And it's connected to the emotions of fear and trauma. Often ancestral trauma gets trapped in the water element meridians of the body. And then it is also conversely related to the emotions of peace, calm, safety, security. And so, just by bringing these two elements into balance, clearing out fear and trauma, clearing out the grief and sadness, allowing yourself to be with those emotions if they're present for you, rather than just pushing them out. I'm careful to not just say clear them out, because when we have those emotions, we don't want to push them out. We want to honor them. And when we honor what is there inside of those emotions, then we actually can transmute them to the more pleasant, joyful experiences of peace and safety and nostalgia and self honor and respect for self and others. And so I want to take us into a practice today to really nurture and honor these beautiful elements in the way that they interact. And we're also going to then open some channels for abundance to flow into your life. So I hope you're all as excited to get started with this meditation as I am. So first, place your feet onto the earth and really feel that connection. Feel the connection between the soles of your feet and the earth, and drop down with the breath as if you can breathe from the earth into your feet, and exhale back from your feet into the earth, making a loving connection between your feet and the earth. Inhaling, breathe that energy through your feet and up the inside of your legs and into your belly. Exhale, flow that energy down the backs of the legs and back into the earth, sending your love into the earth and receiving the love of the earth into your body. And let's connect that to the water element in the kidneys. So inhaling as if drawing the element of water, the vapor, wafting up. Sorry for the airplane, friends. Drawing that energy up the legs, all the way through the belly and into the kidneys, feeling the kidneys receiving the nourishment of the water element. And exhale, send that love back to the earth as if there were water flowing down the backs of your legs. And then we'll draw that element of water all the way up from the earth into the heart center, feeling the heart nourished and softened. Exhaling all the way back into the earth. Feeling that love vibration, and if connecting in with your water element, you find any residue of trauma or fear, just allow it to flow back to the earth, feeling that it is held in the loving presence of the earth, softened. And just allow yourself to be present with that and allow it to flow down into the waiting, loving embrace of the Mother Earth to be transmuted. And when you inhale, receive a sense of safety from the earth, a sense of peaceful knowing that everything you need is right here with you. And with your next inhale, draw energy from the earth and bring it all the way up through your heart, through the throat, through the brain, the third eye, the crown, and connect it to the beautiful energy of heaven, of the infinite source of creation. And as you exhale, welcome in that presence from above to shower over you. Take a few breaths into this connection between heaven and earth, feeling now the energies of heaven and earth blending perfectly in the center of your heart. And breathe into the space of your heart as if you can expand the heart center, expanding to the sides, the front, and the back of the body. And now connect with the beautiful lungs that are breathing for you. Witness the lungs breathing and recognize that you don't have to do anything. Feel as if something greater were breathing into you, opening the lungs to receive more breath and relaxing on the exhale. And begin to notice if your lungs are holding any stuck sadness, grief, shame, or guilt. And just open some space around those emotions as you discover them, as if giving them room to breathe. And with each exhale, allow the sadness to just gently be released. And with each inhale, receive the fresh, vibrant energy of courage to be yourself, self-esteem, self-honor, self-respect, nostalgia for all the beautiful memories of life, and acceptance of what is. Now begin to feel the connection between your metal element as the lungs are receiving this beautiful confidence, self-esteem, and self-respect. Send that down into the kidneys and the bladder, and feel the kidneys receiving courage and washing away the fear and trauma. And then from the kidneys, send back to the lungs a sense of peace, peaceful acceptance, inner knowing, courage to be present with yourself, healing. Take a few breaths into this connection, feeling how the metal element generates the peaceful courage in the kidneys, and the water element nurtures the loving acceptance of self in the lungs. And now drop your awareness into your heart space again, feeling that beautiful blending of metal and water elements, expanding the energy of the heart, opening all sides of the heart, and begin to connect to the channels that are available for you to receive abundance through. So these channels are your job, your income. These channels are ways that you connect out into the world. These channels may be government support. They may be repayment of debts that are owed to you. They may be gifts. There are channels that you are not aware of. So first, take a moment to honor and acknowledge each and every channel that you currently have abundance flowing through to you. And just visualize with each breath that channel growing wider. So maybe it's just a small little trickle of a channel, and with your breath, you are opening up space within that channel to allow more abundance to flow through like water. So taking 1 to 3 breaths for each channel until you can really feel them opening and feel the connection into your heart, into your center of love and connection, relationships to others, to yourself, relationship to money, relationship to your life. Notice if you feel any constriction in any part of your heart. These channels are opening to all sides. So right now I'm feeling a little constriction in the back right quadrant of my heart. So I send extra breath there until it softens and opens. And then once you have acknowledged and honored each of the channels that already comes to your mind and breathed life and energy activation into those channels, now connect to the channels that you are not fully conscious of or maybe not at all aware of yet, recognizing that your actions in the world are not the source of the abundance. The true source of abundance is infinite, omnipresent, omniscient, all knowing, all seeing, all being. And all you have to do is consciously open these channels, and the abundance is right there, ready to flow to you. Really opening to receive the full abundance available from the channels that you are not yet consciously aware of. Again, noticing any constriction that comes up, any doubt or fear, any past traumas that come to the surface as you soften and open to receive, anything that may be getting in the way of you fully allowing yourself to receive this abundance activation. And once you feel that all of your channels are open and flowing, ask to be guided to the one that needs your attention in your life right now. Your actions are not the source of your abundance, and yet your actions are the boundaries, the channels, the strength of your channel is activated by your actions in your life. So once you have been guided to the channel that needs your action right now in your daily life, and maybe there are two or three, that's okay, but try to narrow it down to the one that needs the next action. And then ask to be shown what is that next action that is going to have the greatest impact on me experiencing the full abundance available to me right now in my life. Let's take 3 breaths in silence so that you can really tune in to the guidance from within. And now tune into what it feels like to have all of your channels fully open and flowing in to be received, and only giving from the overflow. Overflowing so much that you can freely give to all of your loved ones, and even to your favorite cause, even to offer random acts of kindness to strangers. And notice any place where you have been giving up something important, over giving of yourself, and just invite your energy back to you so that you can really fully be in this sense of overflow. Your energy is always flowing back to you until you overflow so much that you have infinite abundance to share. Now that we've had an energetic experience, I really invite you to visualize what is your abundance activation going towards. What are your personal goals for this life? What is needed for you to feel fully fulfilled and at peace when you pass from this life into the next experience? What is your soul calling you to gift to the world? And what is your soul needing for you to receive from the world? Take a moment to really visualize in as much detail as possible with all of your senses what that looks like, sounds like, tastes like, smells like, feels like. And then we'll seal in this activation, taking the arms wide, and you can imagine or physically draw your arms wide as if gathering from all around, drawing down the heavens and showering blessings as you seal in. I'm gathering a little friend over here. Thank you, friend. And then bring it back down into your body. We'll do that 3 times, gathering from all around and bringing it down into your body. And the energy of tree wanted to play with us today as well. So welcome, tree energy. Of course, the trees always want to play with me. We love each other lots. So welcome back, friends. I'd love to hear how that felt for you, if you had any amazing epiphanies or inspirations come through. And I really invite you to take that inspired action, whatever that action, even if it doesn't even seem like it's connected to your abundance or your flow. There may be an action that you've been ignoring, like you need to go and play. Maybe you need to go swim in a river, and that's what's going to open up your abundance activation. Working hard on the income act doesn't necessarily bring more of it. Of course, we have to go to work, we have to do our job, we have to do all the things. But sometimes the piece that's missing is not so much one more task in your business as it is taking the time to go within and connect, taking the time to go outside and connect. So, thank you so much for joining me in this spontaneous money flows like water activation. They always come through differently every time. I love doing this because I get to experience a different version coming through me each and every time. Thank you so much for
Oh, thank
being with
you.
me, Jean.
That was wonderful. Um, I don't know how to explain it, but when you going through the process that we went through, it kind of changes your view of money into, I think somehow, somewhere, a lot of us has picked up the idea wanting money is bad. It's greedy. And the way you brought it to our attention with the idea of being like the water, a solvent, something that you can use to, it really, really helps to change our view. And, I always feel like I have a hard time manifesting, but I think it's because I don't truly let go and let the energies and the divine come in and take that over for me. I feel like there's something that I have to do, that
Mhm.
I need to do. And like you say, we do need to work and everything, but also we need to be happy. I don't know how else to face, to say it, that we need to have joy in living. That was a big help, Kira. Thank you.
Mhm.
Beautiful. And I love
Thank
your
you.
tree.
Thank you for that beautiful reflection, Jean. I appreciate that. Yay. I'm so glad that it was well received, and I'd love to hear from some of you out there how it goes for you,
We
and
had
if
one
that
watcher.
perhaps.
Jean Walensky, and uh, we call her Blue Jean. And she says, thank you. At the beginning of the meditation, when you started talking about water, she said, wow, it just started to rain, a beautiful, gentle
Oh,
rain. So
oh,
she's very, very wonderful, full of love, and she's so spiritual. And
mm.
so she had a reaction to your meditation.
Oh,
And
thank you so much for sharing that, Jean. I love that. And I'd love to hear if anyone has any magical manifestations that happen after doing this practice. So let me know. And keep on shining, keep on connecting. And I am so happy to be doing these monthly meditations with all of you at Enlightened World Network.
we're just enjoying them so much. And um, tell other people, I know how to contact you, but other people don't, and they might have heard you for the first time and say, wow, I want to talk more to her. Can you tell us how we can contact you? And
Yeah, sure. So I'm Keira Lani on Facebook. Keira Lani of Tree Gong is my business on Facebook and on YouTube. And also Tree Gong Healer on Instagram. And I have a website, practiceselflove.com. You can reach out to me there. Or you can even just send me an email, kiralani@gmail.com. So thank you so much. I would love to hear from some of you just to hear how your journey is going and how I may be of service to you.
I encourage you to. She has some beautiful things on EWN, other places, but I'm rooting for EWN because we have so many beautiful, beautiful speakers and meditators, and just things that I know will just touch your heart, and they really touch everybody. There's something for everybody on this channel, believe me. So, and we can't thank you enough, and we can't wait for your next one. And you're always full of surprises. It's always different, you
Mhm.
know. I have to tell you something because of the tree. Terry and I were out my garden the other day, and we were giving love to the trees. And the tree leaves actually came down. I noticed it more on her tree than mine, but they kind of came down and embraced her. So the trees do have so much energy, and they're so wise. They're so beautiful. So thank you
Yeah,
for
I love.
doing that for us too, introducing us to our connection with nature. So I'm
Namaste.
going to go ahead and tell everybody, thank you so much for being here. And come and see us next month because it'll be something just as wonderful. And you all have a beautiful day. And I'm going to say namaste. Love you
Namaste.
all. See you soon.